Now, Chairman of the Independent National Electoral Commission, Mahmood Yakubu, says there is no plan to postpone the exercise. He says the timetable for the elections still stands. The INEC Chairman said this while presenting a clean register of 93,469,008 voters to political parties in Abuja. TVC News correspondent Joki Adisa reports.
Section 10, subsection 6 of the newly enacted Electoral Act mandates INEC to present a clean register of would-be voters to political parties well ahead of any election.
So I present this to your party. Bros, take it easy now.
It is in fulfillment of this provision that INEC is meeting with representatives of political parties. Nigeria now has 93,469,008 registered voters. Lagos State takes the lead with 7,060,195, and it is followed by Kano with 5,921,370, while Kaduna is just behind with 4,335,208 registered voters. In the last 48 hours, INEC has been at the center of discussions regarding its fears that rising insecurity may compel a shift in the 2023 general election, which is about 6 weeks away. This has generated widespread reactions, even from the government of the day, which insists nothing will jeopardize the elections.
The repeated assurance by the security agencies for the adequate protection of personnel, materials, and processes also reinforces our determination to proceed. The 2023 general election will hold as scheduled.
The political parties applaud the efforts of the Commission so far and promise their continued support towards achieving set goals.
Political parties are resolved to ensure that we cooperate with the Commission to ensure that the Commission have a smooth and successful election.
We've been campaigning for the past almost 1 year now. And we have a set target of the election coming on the 25th of February for the first one, second one on the 11th of March. So it's a welcome development, and we are excited that INEC keeps the timetables.
The situation in Anambra was tensed, but the Commission went ahead with the cooperation of other political parties and then held the election. The atmosphere now is more peaceful than what we had during the Anambra governorship election. So there's no reason whatsoever why the election will not hold.
The coast is getting clearer with 11 out of the 14 scheduled activities of INEC for the 2023 elections now executed. Nigeria now has over 93 million registered voters as attention shifts to PVC collection, which is slated to end on the 22nd of this month. Joki Adisa, TVC News, Abuja.
The Chairman, Guild of Public Affairs Analyst, Enugu Chapter, Ambrose Iboke, joins me for more on this. Thank you so much for joining us on the news this hour. A lot of Nigerians are actually trooping to various local governments to obtain their permanent voter cards. But then they are coming back with disappointment that they are not able to obtain it. What's your review? How have you been reading this development?
Well, I want to proudly announce that I have collected my own on Sunday. So I'm a bona fide person to vote in the February election. And I think Nigerians should endeavor to, even in my own case, I did transfer from Surulere in Lagos to GRA in Enugu Metropolis. So if I could do that, it was a Sunday, and I was surprised that the INEC officials were there. They said they came as early as 9 a.m. on a Sunday morning. And I went there around past 3 in the afternoon, and they were there, and people were collecting their voters' card. And so that is commitment, that is dedication on the part of INEC. And I hope what happened in my area, in GRA Enugu, is also multiplied all over the country. And if that is the case, then we must give kudos to this INEC for doing a lot of job to make sure that people get their voters' card. So, but in addition to that, INEC can still do more. INEC should fashion out modalities on how to actually, beyond the ward level, beyond coming to local government to collect. There are some credible institutions that can actually help in the. Can you hear me?
Yeah, Mr. Ambrose, we lost you momentarily, but carry on. Carry on. We can we have you back.
There are so many institutions that can actually help INEC to carry out these functions. The churches, the mosques, and other traditional institutions can also help in this regard. For example, in the Catholic Church, there's a group called the JDPC. They can help, Justice Development and Peace Commission. The same thing with the Muslim Ham. They have their own and everything. These people can actually help in coordinating the PVCs to reach the people. Traditional rulers can also be co-opted, monitored by INEC, and these things can be usually go down to the grassroots and reach the people directly, and this can be faster. So INEC can also consider that too. And in other things also, the word can be delineated to streets. We can actually come to the streets. I hear that in the north, that all efforts have been made, even district heads are collaborating with INEC to ensure that these things get back. Down there in the south, it should be emulated too.
Right, Mr. Ibuke, even at that, it's good to know that the federal government as well as the INEC boss has actually said that election would definitely hold without any postponements and no fears. But we are equally apprehensive of the fact that there are continued attacks on INEC facilities, in most part of the state, most part of the country. What's your assessment of these? Are you also worried that this might affect the conduct of the election as well as impact on the outcome of it?
Well, while we acknowledge there are security threats and there are issues, it's not enough to some people who are saying that the election will not hold or the election should be postponed or cancelled. And those who are saying the election should be cancelled are not patriotic Nigerians, and such people should be questioned about their patriotism, because telling Nigerians the election will cancel because of these happenings, the person is just being unpatriotic. Remember that before the 2015 election, that around 17 local governments in this country were being controlled by terrorists, by bandits, by people who hoisted foreign flags on our soil. And yeah, but we had the elections. We had the elections. Remember that the election was even postponed by 2 weeks because of security concerns. Yet we had elections. How much more now that we have almost reclaimed all our territories, and there are vestiges of terrorism going on, but at least no territory could be said to be as brazenly occupied as it was in 2015. So elections should hold, and I commend the INEC chairman, because there are some undesirable elements going around. And even one of them was a commissioner in INEC last week saying that election may not hold because of insecurity. Such people should be sanctioned. You cannot be speaking differently from what the commission is saying. So election will hold. Nigeria should not hold any fear. They should look out for intels that they can pass on to security agencies. And as the election is drawing closer, the security agencies should ensure that facilities of INEC, from the national office to the state offices, as well down to the local government, are protected.
It's good to know that that has actually doused the tension of whether the election will be postponed, because if other countries where they are war-torn, elections continue to hold there. But before I let you go, some that are having difficulty in obtaining their permanent voter cards, they are actually begging INEC that they should consider extension of these voter cards very quickly. Do you think there should be extension to the collection of the PVCs very quickly?
I don't think it's necessary. What we can do is the earlier suggestions I made, INEC should find out modalities of how to ensure that the distribution is decentralized in such a level that it can be the street to street and community to community. In that way, mass number of people can get it without going to the INEC local government offices of INEC and the rest. Let them find a way to ensure that it's distributed down to the grassroots, and that will hasten the collection of PVC by people.
Well, Chairman, Guild of Public Affairs Analyst, Enugu Chapter, Ambrose Ibuke, thank you so much for your time. Thank you.
Thanks for having me.